Dear Pat Nation, it's just about time. Yeah, we're back. You know it's Dear Pat's Nation. Nation. Yeah. It's Dear Pat's Nation. Nation. Come on. Yeah, it's Dear Pat's Nation. And the show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
What's going on? We are back. Welcome to Dear Pat's Nation. Super Bowl week has begun, and your New England Patriots are 5 days away now from taking on those Seattle Seahawks. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ray Rout. I am Toronto's pride and joy, and the blurry man to my right.
Blurry?
Yeah.
Hold on.
No. It's like bad Wi-Fi blurry.
Huh. Weird.
Trying to figure out if it's a me issue or a you issue, because I look clear on my side.
People probably don't need to see me in high def anyway, let's be honest.
Well, that is the one, the only.
In fact, let's go old school. There we go.
Boston's resident angry nerd, Mr. Producer Mike. Mike, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
What's up? Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, be honest.
I totally forgot about the show today. I was like, last week, you and I had a heart-to-heart. You're like, I need some topics. I want to hear what's going on Boston radio. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start doing this, giving Ray more of a hand, and totally dropped the ball the first week. So par for the course.
The funniest part is I was sitting there thinking to myself, I wonder if Mike remembers we got a show tonight, because we've gone Sunday the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was part of it.
At least you own it.
Yeah.
At least you just own being the useless one of this show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, audience.
He's worse than the help.
I'm just riding the bus at this point. Okay.
All right, Michael, let's start here.
Let's do it.
This week goes up today. First things first says, my feeling about the Super Bowl is I don't think it's going to be close. I think Drake May is going to light up the Seattle defense. That, of course, is Homer Kevin Wildes talking about his New England Patriots. So, Mike, the Seahawks are the favorites going into this game.
Mm-hmm.
I asked ChatGPT who was going to win and to give me the breakdown. Who do you think ChatGPT is taking to win this game, Michael?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Seems to be a theme.
They have the Seahawks winning 24-21.
That's closer than I would have thought, but I guess it's probably just going with the spread.
So this is my assessment. I don't think anybody's mopping the floor with anybody this Super Bowl. I want to put that out there. I kind of agree with ChatGPT in the sense of it being a close game.
Okay.
I think the Patriots defense has the edge over Seattle's offense, and I think Seattle's defense has the edge over the Patriots offense.
Fair enough.
I believe it's going to come down to which quarterback makes the least mistakes, plays the cleanest game, and puts their team in a position to win the game. That's my overall assessment. Now, you could say that every single week in football, that if the quarterback plays a clean game, he can put himself in the position for his team to win. Here's why I think the Patriots are going to win.
Okay.
I think that New England can get to Sam Darnold. We've seen the Patriots, not this Patriots team, but we've seen the Patriots get to Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to Sam Darnold, he gets rattled. He gets a little spooked. He gets a little scared.
Ghosts. Yeah. Yeah.
and he sees ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that the Patriots have the opportunity to do that because, Mike, as I put out earlier this or last week, the Patriots defense has given up 26 points over 3 postseason games. 26 points over 3 postseason games. My favorite player of all time is Dante Hightower, Willie McGinnis, Teddy Bruschi. Love Gonzo. Because no matter what the era, no matter who the coach, whether it's Tom Brady, Mac Jones playing quarterback, the best teams have the best defense.
Yes.
And I have a lot of faith in this New England Patriots defense heading into this Super Bowl 60.
All right. So let me pick up there, right? Because I'm not really going to prognosticate right away here, but I am going to agree with you in the sense that I think the Patriots defense is a bigger X factor than what's being talked about. And you could say, well, what do you mean? We just talked about how they haven't given up that many points. Okay, this is probably the best, most well-rounded team, number one, the Patriots are going to face in the playoffs. Number two, is Roberts playing going to be healthy? And number three, what's going on with Harold Landry? So they haven't had a healthy Harold Landry for, let's call it, 2/3 of the season. Is he going to play? How effective is he going to be? Because I'm not going to fool myself into thinking that he has magically cured this knee that has ailed him all season. But let's talk about like 3 weeks of rest now, if they can basically say like, listen, dude, we're going to shoot you up and you're going to play, that's just going to add to their their compliment here. And I think everyone's kind of about him. And number two, is Roberts' plan just going to be able to go, period? Because when he's not there, that could be a big hole in the middle of that defense. Now, same circumstances apply. Like, listen, this is the last game of the year. They're going to shoot you up with basically whatever you need to play and not feel it until tomorrow. Kind of like what happened with Rob Gronkowski in that last Super Bowl. Like, he was just kind of limping towards the end. They were, pumping him full of whatever. But that's the biggest thing here. And you nailed it right on the head. Like, can this Patriots defense make it awful for Sam Darnold? Because I'll tell you what Drake May can do that Sam Darnold can't. The Seahawks play a very similar style to the Patriots in the sense that they're always stunting, they're always dropping, they're always trying to change the look on the quarterback. But Drake May can move. Sam Darnold does not move the way that Drake May does. He's more akin to a pocket passer. So can the Patriots defense take full advantage of that?
So I'm just looking at the Seahawks offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
They rank 17th overall in the NFL.
Yep.
Their strength is the run game.
Yep.
The Patriots defense has been outstanding in the run game this year.
Can I give you a little factoid there? I don't know if you have it in front of you. They're very susceptible to stunts on the interior of the defense, offensive line. So where is the Patriots' strength?
Stealing my thunder, Mike.
Thanks. Love you.
They don't give up a lot of sacks, which obviously helps Sam Darnold a lot. But I don't know. To me, what Milton Williams and Christian Barmore can do to disrupt this middle of the line. Because I'm going to tell you right now, everybody gets mad at Will Campbell because he lets up the blindside hits, as they should sometimes.
Yeah.
There's nothing more demoralizing to a quarterback than somebody running straight up the middle at you and getting to you.
Yeah. Yep.
And having Milton Williams and Christian Barmore both recording sacks in the last game against a decent offensive line. I believe they both recorded a sack against CJ Stroud. I don't know about the game one. Anywho, I don't know if they got
they both had a sack against Herbert. Yeah, because there were multiple occasions where Milton Williams basically just trashed the middle, and then one where Barmore did the same.
So if the Patriots linebackers can make sure that the running backs don't get up to the second level, they got it. Now, Mike, I want to put this question out because I saw this on Twitter and I thought it was interesting. Which quarterback do you think has more to prove in the Super Bowl? Drake May or Sam Darnold? And by the way, I did not like nor repost this tweet because I hate when people do that.
Yeah. So I think this is pretty obvious. I think Sam Darnold has more to prove because they're coming in as the favorites. He's got this reputation for seeing ghosts. He's been in the league for 8 years now, I think, something close to that, even though he's pretty young because he came into the league early. So if he loses or if they lose, he continues to be a choker. If he wins, he dispels that and moves forward. Plus, Drake May is young. I think we all agree the Patriots have been playing with house money for about a month now. So I guess if the Patriots choked away another win, or if they looked really bad, which I don't expect them to, that could follow Drake a little bit. But it's got to be Sam Darnold to me.
I don't think that Sam Darnold has anything to prove going into the Super Bowl. I don't think anybody, just like the Patriots, nobody expected the Seattle team to be here this season. I think that the Patriots and Seattle both had the same odds to make the Super Bowl before the season started. So that's how little people thought of the Seahawks.
Yeah. Yep.
Sam Darnold's played for 4 teams? 3 teams?
Jets, Vikings, Carolina, and Seahawks.
And Seahawks, 4 teams. He's a journeyman.
5. He was with the 49ers for a minute. Sorry. Yeah.
He's a journeyman who bounces around the league.
Yep.
Sam Darnold is what Sam Darnold is. Drake May, on the other hand, plays for the New England Patriots. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Patriots fan. Do you think that Josh Allen would be a fan favorite in New England if for 6 seasons they won the AFC Championship but couldn't get to a Super Bowl?
No.
There has been a very negative connotation around Drake May all of last week from fans, not Patriots fans. And how Patriot fans, I'll tell you how I know New England's back. They are so back because they're sitting there talking about a 10-win game, a 10-point game. They won 10-7. They're talking about a 10-7 game and talking about how fantastic Drake May played.
I mean, those 2 runs were,
as if his defense hasn't been absolutely elite.
Yeah.
Elite this whole season.
I mean, let's be honest. And you and I have talked about this as fans of defense. We've kind of reminisced about this off camera and on camera at times. That's what Tom Brady's legacy was built on. Being good when he had to, being efficient, making the plays when he had to, and really riding the defense when they needed it the most, and kind of hoping something happened. I don't. It's blasphemy now, but teleport me back to 2002. You know what I mean?
Will the Patriots still be in the Super Bowl if Sam Darnold was the quarterback?
No.
Okay, make your argument.
Yeah, I think Drake's legs have come in clutch this season when they've needed it the most. Again, don't get me wrong, Sam's been super efficient, but at the times when lesser receivers have been blanketed, and we've seen it in the playoffs, he's made some necessary plays with his legs to keep this team alive. I don't think Sam Darnold would have that same capability with the New England Patriots. I mean, look, he's playing and he has a hand in making him this good, but he's playing with arguably the best receiver in football right now. You know what I mean?
Drake May completed 354 passes this season. He had a quarterback rating of 113.5, 4,300 yards, averaged 258 yards per game, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, sacked 47 times.
Yep.
8 fumbles. And people are going to point to these stats all day and day out.
Yep.
I don't care about the whole schedule argument. The Patriots are in the Super Bowl. I don't care.
Right. Yeah. I think it's a stupid argument too. Congratulations, you got to the Super Bowl not being as banged up as the guys in front of you.
Correct.
Congratulations.
But what I can tell you is when you're ranking a quarterback play, you can look at the strength of schedule.
Yeah.
When you're looking at individual play, this Patriots defense went up against some really good offenses in the regular season who had terrible defenses and dominated the offenses. I think the Patriots are in the Super Bowl despite Drake May.
Nah, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
How many times did he fumble the ball against the Texans, Mike?
I'm not disagreeing you with
How
the
many
playoffs.
times?
I'm
Answer the
not
question.
disagreeing with you about the playoffs. I'm disagreeing with you about the season on its face, because there were some weeks there where the defense wasn't very good.
What weeks? Because I can tell you the weeks that Drake May wasn't very good.
I can tell you the weeks where the defense wasn't very good.
Okay, what weeks?
Weeks 1 through 4, without Christian Gonzalez, they were not very good. Without Milton Williams and Robert Spillane, they were not very good. And he did carry them through some of those games.
So when they lost 21-14, that was on the defense.
Which game?
Against the Steelers. They lost 21-14.
That was absolutely on him.
When they won 42-13.
That was on him and Ramondre Stevenson, but yeah.
So the Patriots let up 20 points against the Raiders, 14 points against the Steelers, and 13 points against the Panthers. That was the first 4 games of the season. They let up 27 against the Dolphins. That was their only game that went over 21 points.
So the Panthers is a bad example, because I think that was the one game we can point to where they dominated on both sides of the football.
Okay, the Raiders, when they gave up 20 points.
Yeah, the Raiders game, the one thing I will say about that game, and this is, I don't think that team offensively, actually, it's funny, that team offensively looks more like what the offense looks like now as opposed to what they look like in mid-season. In other words, I don't think they really had their mid-season stride offensively yet there. That game just kind of looked gross offensively.
So let's talk about scoring against really good teams. So 42 points against the Panthers. It's the Panthers.
Yeah, they ended up being a playoff team, but they weren't that weak for sure.
23-20, they beat the Bills. 25-19, they beat the Saints. Again, 31 points against the Titans, 32 points against the Browns. 24-23 against the Falcons. I'm still waiting for you to point to me what game the defense was really bad. Because, we're in November now. 28-23, they beat the Bucks. 27-14, the Jets. 26-20 against the Bengals.
I mean, first of all, they didn't do that great against the Bucks. The offense basically handheld them through 3/4 of that game. That's the biggest one that comes up to me.
The defense.
You say.
They gave up 10 points. You said the offense handled. They gave up 10 points in the first half. And they gave up 13 points in the second half.
Yeah, and that was a relatively close game.
28-23.
Yeah.
They gave up 23 points. And you're going to say that was a bad game for the defense.
Well, respectively, yeah. You're calling Drake May trash when in real time.
I didn't call him trash.
I mean,
I didn't call him trash. Okay. So we played a top defense against the Chargers. How did he do?
I think he made the throws he needed to make.
He played a top defense against the Texans. How did he do?
Bad.
First half of the
Actually, so before you said first half, I think he played better in the second quarter.
First half of that game. First half of the Broncos game.
Oh, I'm not. He played terrible that game. I'm not. Again, I am removing the playoffs from this conversation because I will I will fully admit, and I said this to you 2 weeks ago, or last week, that I fully agreed that the defense has carried them through the playoffs, which is fine because defense wins championships. We had this same conversation. But I think to say that he was not good in the regular season is just looking at the stats and not actually what happened in the games.
Well, let's look at the stats that matter, Mike. Let's look at the stats that matter. 8 fumbles, but he only lost 3 because the team recovered it.
Mm-hmm.
Unheard of.
Absolutely.
To lose the ball that many times and not lose it that many times. So you think there's no ball luck in there?
Oh no, I'm not saying there's not. Like, listen, those balls bounce the other way. Will Campbell doesn't jump on one of them. Jared Wilson doesn't, jump on another. They're going home. But
And I'm talking about the season. I'm not even talking about the playoffs. He fumbled 8 times in the season. He had 8 fumbles as the quarterback. He's fumbled like 13 or 14 times when you include the postseason.
okay.
Like, okay. Who cares?
I just want to finish your thought. Like, I want to know.
I said he fumbled 8 times and only lost it 3 times because the team recovered the ball.
Right.
If 2 of those go the other way, you know what I mean? You're talking about 2 more losses. I think what's killing me is, and I'm going to do this tonight, I'm going to go through all of our episodes and I'm going to pick out every time you talked about how poorly Drake May played, because there was a lot of games this year that we started off the podcast where we both agreed that Drake May was poor. A lot of games. So to turn around now and say, no, he was fantastic this year.
No, I'm not saying he was fantastic.
Because he stat padded against some really bad teams.
I mean, you could make that argument about their whole schedule.
I'm not even going to go through the stat padding games, though. Like, where am I looking here? Player stats. That's what I'm looking for. No, I don't want player stats. I know what his player stats are. What am I looking for? You got me all flustered. There. Schedule. That's it. Okay. Miami. He had 191 yards against Miami, by the way. No interceptions.
Which game? The second one?
The first one. When they won 38-10, he threw for under 200 yards.
How much did they rush that game?
Oh, sorry. That was the second game in January.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense because
the first game they won 38-27. He had 230 yards.
Yeah, that's right. That's about right. Yeah, no, the second game makes more sense. That game was well in hand by like the third quarter. In fact, I think that was the one game where they took him out, wasn't it?
No, they took him out versus the Jets.
Oh, okay.
When it was 42-10 or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't look and say that. I can't sit there and look and say that I look at Drake May as I don't know. I don't see what everybody else sees in Drake May. I see a good, solid quarterback. Not trash. I never said he was trash. But typically, when you've seen teams that go to the Super Bowl, they have Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson for 2 years when he could play quarterback, Matt Ryan when he was a true MVP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to me, could you tell me, take everything you know about the scores and blah, 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 blah. Like, take all that away.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on what you saw this season, would you turn around and tell me that's a Super Bowl winning quarterback right there? That's the franchise.
No, but I think that's the thing that I've struggled with this entire postseason, right? Is every week I tell you they're going to lose because I still fully in my heart can't believe that they're here because of some of this. Like, they're clearly a piece on defense away. They're more than a piece on offense away. And it kind of like those 2001 Patriots, like everything's kind of like gone their way. Like the defense has gotten hotter than expected. The offense, again, makes the plays that they have to make. I'm just going to say, like, Drake May does make the highlight reel throw of the day seemingly when he needs to, right? Like, that ball to Hunter Henry against the Chargers, the ball to Booty in the Houston game. Like,
fine. But he got away with fumbling the ball 3 times.
right, he did, and he does have ball security issues, and that's, again, I'm not like disagreeing with you here, but again,
He has
like,
interception issues too.
He actually, I don't think he's thrown an interception for quite a few games. I know he hasn't in the playoffs, or at least one that mattered. I know there's a couple, like at the end of half when Vrabel's dinking around with the clock instead of using timeouts, where,
So he threw one against the Chargers.
Yeah, that was the end of half, like arm punt, right? Because they were just trying to see if they could get it in the end zone.
But what I'm getting at is he fumbled twice that game and threw an interception.
Yep.
That was the Chargers. Texans, he threw an interception, had 4 fumbles. And then the Broncos, I think he finally didn't turn the ball over.
No, he didn't.
No fumbles, no interceptions. And that's the game he had a 58 rating at quarterback.
Yeah. You could have went in there and,
And went 10 for 21. I'm just trying to look at big games here. The Dolphins.
Yeah. Like, again, and is some of it a symptom of playing really good defenses in bad weather? Yes. Is some of it a symptom of being young and inexperienced? Yes. And I think, did we talk about this last week? Like, so well, you know what? Let's kind of wrap this, and then I'll pose my question to you.
I don't really have much more to say on this, so go ahead.
So, how, when you're talking about this, and I'm guilty of being the biggest Josh McDaniels hater on the planet. How much of this is Josh McDaniels knowing his young quarterback and how to manage him, right? Like, we all think Cam Newton's awful for calling, Drake May a game manager, when realistically, I think we would both agree that the manager is being managed right now,
I would say that Josh McDaniel's the reason that Mac Jones had a season that he had this year, or Drake May. So I'm going to say something about Mac Jones. That's why I actually screwed that up. But I think he's the reason that Drake May had the year he had this year. I think that I'm going to go all the way back to Tom Brady. Tom Brady has not won a Super Bowl without Josh McDaniels, Charlie Weiss, or Bruce Arians. 3 offensive goats. No?
Yeah, no. Just brought Bruce Arians in there, kind of. It's funny.
But he's an offensive goat.
Yeah, I think they changed to Josh McDaniels' system halfway through that season, but
which is fine. But that's a guy understanding.
It proves your point even more that Brady was rigid, inflexible.
Yeah. But it's a guy who, and Josh McDaniels' system is Charlie Weiss's system. Like, let's not fool ourselves, right? Like, he grew up under the tutelage of Charlie Weiss.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they won 3 Super Bowls together, whatever. And then, Josh comes in. Bill O'Brien couldn't quite, I know they made a Super Bowl with Bill O'Brien. But I would say that year that the second one when they lost to the Giants, the Patriots weren't that good. And really, they were a missed. Yeah. They were literally a missed field goal away from losing that game.
I mean, those years were when Brady started to come into being the GOAT too, But
that was the Chad Ochocinco years. That just wasn't a great team.
It was weird. I'll give you that. Yeah, it was weird.
So Brady had his most success under Charlie Weiss, Josh McDaniels, and then Bruce Arians.
Yep.
The only success we've seen Mac Jones have has been under Josh McDaniels. Mm-hmm. And now Drake May came in halfway through last year. Granted, with a terrible team.
Yep.
But I remember you and I talked in the offseason how we just weren't. We saw talent, but it's not like we were crazy, overly impressed with how he looked.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Josh McDaniels has way more to do with what this team, how this team succeeded this year.
Yep.
I want you to imagine everything the same.
Mm-hmm.
8 fumbles, 24 interceptions, like, oh, whatever. I know it's not 24, but it's close enough. You know what I mean? Like all that,
Right.
but a different OC. A different OC that can't manage this game, that doesn't just understand his quarterback, but understands his entire offense and what every single person brings. Mac Hollins is another prime example. Like, Mac Hollins is an old school Bill Belichick went to Walmart and found a guy, right?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
you know what?
a productive guy, but we know exactly how to use him to make
Yeah.
him like just what we need. So again, this is kind of where I was building to, and this is part of like the Josh McDaniels like credit pie that I'm doling out, right? So mark it down. You know, you can go back and watch the old shows where I trashed them. Actually, no, you can't because they're gone.
Well, we got some from this year, so
yeah. But really, he's done. Like, I can't even envision that, and you know why? Like, the last game the Patriots played against Sean Payton is like a great example, and I think you and I have talked about this in years past, how like a lot of these offensive play callers will just like try to outsmart everybody, and like they get too focused on their play sheet. That's why I actually love the idea of like the defensive coach, because it kind of grounds like these really smart offensive coordinators to be like, hey, look at the game on the field. Get out of your freaking play sheet. And like, I think Mike Vrabel is especially good at that, right? Like, I'm sure there's a couple more shots that Drake and Josh would have loved to take in that game just to show like, see, Drake can, you know, get us a touchdown in this weather, and, you know, we can pants the other team, whereas Mike Vrabel is just like, no, we're going to play the fucking clock. We're going to run the ball, and we're going to play defense in a situation that needs it.
And I think, look, I agree with you. I think that there was some conservatism this year that came from Mike Vrabel. However, I don't know if you've done it in a while. I just happened to be working today and had it running in the background. Go watch the first Do Your Job after the first Seattle Super Bowl. And I want you to listen to how Josh McDaniels managed that Ravens game. And then go to Julian Edelman's podcast, Names with Games, and listen to the Josh McDaniels interview. And they talk about the double pass, and they talk about that Ravens game. And listen to Josh McDaniels and how he dissects what was going through his mind in that game. And the whole like Baltimore and Raven, like those two plays. That was all right. Here's the one. Here's what I'll give you. So they're talking about the double pass. And they went down 14-0. They tied it up. The Patriots go down 28-14. Mm-hmm. They score the touchdown on Baltimore and Raven. And McDaniels goes to Belichick because he says, you know, when you're going to do something a little strange, you should just get a sign off from the big boss, right? So goes over to Belichick. Belichick basically says, do what you think is best. And so talks to Edelman, do I need lead time on the double pass, blah, 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 blah. And then he breaks down and he goes, I needed to get a first down. He said, like, I wasn't going to do it on the first play because it just looks desperate and we're probably not going to score. I don't want to do it like on 2nd and 9. So like his whole game plan was get a first down. I want to do it on our sideline.
Yeah.
And go. And then they start talking about how they actually called the double pass in the Kansas City game.
Yeah.
Where they got blown out. And Danny Amendola called it off. And McDaniel says, I put that in there. He said, I put that lock in there because if we didn't get the coverage we wanted, I wanted to make sure we didn't burn that play.
Burn it down, burn a play, yeah.
And when you can start listening to the mind of an offensive guy like that and like how he walks through what he does, it's amazing. I listened to Matt Patricia breaking down the Malcolm Butler interception. Did you know, he didn't know it happened?
Like on the field right when it happened?
He was 100% convinced they were going to run the ball to the left side.
Yeah.
And he called to Hightower, like in the mic, and said, "Tell Jamie to peel, or you're going to get picked." And Jamie didn't peel, and Hightower got picked. He goes, I yell out, "Shit, he got picked." And then everybody's like, "He picked it."
Oh.
And he thought they were he thought Marshawn was then gonna just walk into the end zone.
Walk it, yeah.
Because he wasn't even watching that side of the field.
Yeah.
Like he was so focused on Hightower and Jamie Collins and basically saying, "Don't get picked." And then they got picked on the play.
Yeah.
And so I look at that and I go, like, it's just so fascinating to me to watch guys and how their minds work and how these offensive. And I think as important as a head coach is to building culture, setting tone, sort of having an overall game plan, I think game day, the coordinators and the play callers, I think you could play a game without a head coach. I think you could.
You could. I'm just saying in this circumstance, right? Like, I think it's great to have both. I don't want to say I'm saying like a bad thing about Josh or Vrabel or this soup that they've, cooked this season is clearly the right mix of both of them. And let's be real, right? Like, who's been in this situation more, right? Josh has been to 14 Super Bowls now as a coordinator or an assistant. Vrabel hasn't been in a long time. Who do you think Vrabel is going to be leaning on a little bit in this Super Bowl? It's going to be Josh.
Here's what I'll say about McDaniels, and I can't credit this guy enough. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to take a shot at you as a joke, but I'm going to take a shot at you. So let's go back to 2021. 2022. And Josh McDaniels becomes the head coach of the then Oakland Raiders. You are ecstatic. And I said to you on that day, you will see a significant decline in Mac Jones' play next season. And what did we see? A significant decline in Mac Jones' season. In fact, we saw Zappy Mania come into play because of how poorly Mac Jones was playing.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to give Robert Kraft credit for this too, because supposedly, we'll never know, right? But supposedly, he was the one that's like, listen, you're going to hire Josh. You might not love it. He may not be your first guy, but you're going to hire him. And I think it was a couple of things by Robert Kraft, saw what he did with Mac Jones. And again, I'm not transposing names here. Like, we're actually talking about Mac Jones to Ray's point before. Like, I know he knows how to bring along a quarterback. And number two, I think something told Robert Kraft, like, Vrabel didn't have the best luck with offense down in Tennessee. Like, it's the one thing he never did, great. They kind of just relied on Derrick Henry a lot to run the football. So I think he's kind of like, here, take this guy that knows what he's doing on that side of the ball so you can kind of emulate Belichick and be the CEO and worry about the defense when the defense is on the field and, pick up Drake as he's running off the sideline and doing your thing to pick it. It all just, it's weird. I'm crediting Robert Kraft. I don't hate on him.
If Robert Kraft did it, then the power to him, because if Josh McDaniels took a head coaching job next season, we know it's never going to happen again. I don't think anybody's ever going to give him another shot. But
Right.
if somebody decided we're going to give Josh McDaniels a chance to come coach our football team, I'm telling you right now, you will see a significant decline in Drake May. Because
Yeah, it may not be as bad.
he's not Tom Brady that had 10 years in the league when we went from Weiss to McDaniels and then McDaniels left. He had 10 seasons at that point. Right? Drake may have 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't credit this guy enough. Vrabel did a lot for this team, and I'm not discounting anything Vrabel did. And despite me criticizing Drake May, I don't think he's trash. I think he's a good, solid quarterback.
Yeah. Yep.
That being said, though, to me, if Josh McDaniels is not on this team, we're not talking about a Super Bowl.
Oh, no.
We were talking about the draft January 1st. I'm telling you that right now because I don't think this team is going to the postseason without Josh McDaniels.
No, and I understand your criticism of Drake May, and like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say he's Patrick Mahomes. Like, some people will jump off a ledge right now in New England and tell you that. I'm just saying, I think Drake May is way ahead of schedule, right? Like, we expected this year to be good, see more of those highlights. Like, we kind of just like a shinier version of last year where they maybe go 500 and we see some more consistency.
See, you pissed me off because you made me do what Patriot fans made me do during the Belichick versus Brady thing, and you made me tear up Drake May when all I wanted to do was make the point that I didn't see him as the guy who brought this team to where they were this year. And you made me then go through all his stats and put in every deficiency that he had this season because for some reason you put the word trash in my mouth, which I never said, and then I felt the need to really defend.
We'll rewind the tape.
Then I felt the need to I said they're here despite Drake May. I do not believe that Drake May, without Josh McDaniels and without this defense, is going to pull a Tom Brady and lead a team that doesn't deserve to be in the Super Bowl to the Super Bowl. I think this team deserves to be in the Super Bowl because they have an elite defense and they have an elite offensive coordinator. They have a very great to excellent head coach, and they have a good, solid quarterback. And when you have an elite defense and an elite OC and an excellent coach who could be elite one day, I don't think it's fair right now to say Vrabel's elite.
I think that argument gets overblown to the people trying to anoint Vrabel. Like, let's see what happens in this Super Bowl. If they win as underdogs with this team that has some holes, then I'll be willing to have the conversation, how good
I don't even care what happens this year, win or lose. It's going to be next year and the year after that we can start talking about eliteness, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, when I'll be willing to even like entertain the conversation with Vrabel, because right now, like you said, it's on the very good shelf. If they win the Super Bowl with some of these deficiencies they have as an underdog, I'll go like, okay,
fair enough.
Then we can have it. I'm making a semantics.
Fair enough.
Argument.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you have a good, solid quarterback. All you needed Drake May to be this year was solid. And I think for the most part,
he was.
And he was solid against some bad teams, which made him look better.
Right.
We got to admit that, right?
That's fair. Yep.
That made him look better, but he was solid. He had some stinkers this year. You and I sat here, even on wins, and been like, God, he looked awful today.
Yeah,
right?
that Falcons game will forever be burned into my brain because I've never seen one game change so much based off of one fumble potentially, other than the Matt Ryan strip sack. Love you, Atlanta.
Yes. No.
Finish your thought real quick.
So that's the only point I was trying to make. I believe the Patriots could have been in a similar position with Sam Darnold. I really do. I believe they could have been. My only concern with Sam Darnold over Drake May, like everything being the same. I think Drake May handled getting his ass handed to him with some weak offensive line play better than Sam Darnold could have, and that's what could have derailed things for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Now, do I think by next year could I make that comparison? Probably not, assuming Drake May doesn't stunt his growth right here and keeps growing.
Yep.
But year 2, you know what I mean? Year 2, yeah.
Yeah, I think you just hit on a big piece of it too, because whenever we talk about Tom Brady, we talk about mental makeup. I like Drake's mental makeup to get his ass kind of handed to him and not have a good night and just be like, okay, I'm going to get up and I'm going to keep playing instead of melt into a puddle, which I think a lot of quarterbacks, especially lesser quarterbacks, have a tendency to do, right? And that holds them back from being good, never mind great.
So we're here talking about the New England Patriots going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
What should have been a happy, joyous occasion turned into Mike pissing me off in a 45-minute argument about nonsense. Please let me show you what Buffalo Bills fans are talking about. Who is the most attractive player currently on the Bills? This is what Bills media is now coming to be.
Do we want to talk about their dumpster fire of a coaching cycle?
No, we have to. That's it's on my list of things to talk about.
Good.
As we slowly run out of time.
Can we bring up one comment here?
I want to actually just bring them all up because we've been ignoring them. Jarillo, salute Ray. I sent you a Twitter request. Wish we had Connor here for this amazing run. Yeah, I think Connor's a guy who deserves to be on air for this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to attempt to now pronounce Patriots Nation. How come no one was like this when Kansas City were giving 5 Super Bowls? Patriots versus the NFL. I don't understand. I think I pissed off Francisco. Drake May doesn't have the greatest offensive line, neither a top wide receiver, tight end group. Still, he's been more than solid for a second year. Yes, been maybe more than solid.
Ray
times.
Just doesn't like Drake May. That's the narrative.
Shut up! Don't even go there. He's been. I think at times this year he's been more than solid. I think he's been great this year. But again, we've anointed this kid, I think, at an unfair level at the moment. Francisco says, I see this shit more than often. All the spotlights are on Seattle. It's going to be a blowout, et cetera, et cetera. I could be wrong, but that's a scenario that no one will matter. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be close to a blowout. Even if the Patriots lose, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I want to put that on the table right now. And the scary shit this season, the team played more rookie snaps than all NFL teams. Yeah, absolutely. This team has the opportunity, if they draft right and do free agency right, to be good for a long time before some of these big contracts come rolling in. Before that, what's going on? Alan Henderson, Ray, you back? Let's go Patriots. We've been back all season long. We were back in the preseason. We covered the draft. Everybody's just finding us now. Jarillo says, do you think that if he has weapons by next season, that would mitigate a McDaniel's departure?
No, and this is the comment I wanted to bring up. Weapons do not make an offense. And people make this mistake all the time because they get so focused on like fantasy football and the points scored and the highlight plays and like Josh McDaniels as an offensive mind, like Ray brought up before, makes Matt Collins a better player, makes an older, I almost said Juju Smith-Schuster. Oh my God.
Stephon Diggs
look better.
Okay. I almost said Brandon Cooks. So
yeah. I don't know why my brain got stuck there, but don't get stuck on and this is going to be a topic in the off season. Like we all know it. Oh, AJ Brown with Stephon Diggs, or I would rather have AJ Brown and he wants to come to the Patriots. No, at this point, I want whoever the quarterback and the offensive coordinator work better with. Like, period, full stop. I don't want your name. I don't want your thing. Like,
I think that the 2021 offseason taught me not to get excited about big signings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when the Patriots spent $1 trillion on salary and we thought they were back. I agree with you. I think that the Patriots bring in the right player. Don't get me wrong. Where I'll debate your point.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Moss came in and just absolutely change that offense.
That was
Right?
like a Stephon Diggs signing, though. Like at the time, nobody was like, "Oh, he's Randy Moss." They were like, "Oh, he's kind of beat up. He's kind of used."
Okay, I guess my argument is Stephon Diggs to me wasn't Stephon Diggs. I know he had 1,000
Right.
yards, but he wasn't the old
Right.
Stephon Diggs. Randy Moss
Right.
came in and was Moss Darrell Revis.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The one-handed catch. So I think that if there was an opportunity to bring in just a stretch receiver that could just absolutely burn you down the field. If they bring in, let's just say AJ Brown, let's just for argument's sake, if they bring in AJ Brown, familiar with Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs will have like 1,500 yards next year.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Because
saying
he's gonna have all
yeah.
he's gonna have all the second and third receivers on him.
Right.
Randy Moss is the reason Wes Welker became Wes Welker. I just want to remind everybody that.
Yeah.
Like, because
Well,
they replaced Wes Welker with Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola. Like you could replace Wes Welker, but he looked so good when Randy Moss was there, and then he played with Gronk.
Yeah.
Like he was, those guys do it. Alan says Drake May is now Super Bowl quarterback year 2, beating Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. So I put Drake over them. That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Seahawks have a bum quarterback in a couple of good games, and now he's Tom Brady. The really Sammy the bum will show in the Super Bowl. Pats mop the floor with him.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a bum. I think that just like Drake May is fantastical second coming of Tom Brady gets overblown. Sam Darnold being a bum, like, listen, you don't do what they did this season being a bum. Like, end of story.
I only took one season off from the show. Basically what happened was I joined a network. Everything went to shit. I had a 20,000 YouTube subscriber YouTube channel that I lost. Mike and I joined a radio station. We lasted 4 episodes and we quit because we hated the format. We didn't hate the station. I want to be very clear about that. We didn't hate the station. We hated the format. And then after the radio station, I said to Mike, I need a break. And I took a season off, and now I'm back.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd be here, honestly. I thought this was kind of dead and over. Like, this season has been
rejuvenated
awesome.
You?
Yeah.
Well, I called Mike around the draft, and I said, hey, man, I said, do you want to do this? I'm really quick. We told this like 8 times this year. I was like, hey, man, do you want to maybe do this? And we didn't know. And Connor was in, too. Connor wanted to do it. Can we put this back out there that this was all Connor's idea?
And this is the one thing we can keep reiterating, because people act like me being here means that, like, he is not being included. That is not the thing. Like, listen, this was meant to be like a 3-wheeled.
This was supposed to be Ray, Connor, and Mike.
Yeah.
And then we don't know what happened to Connor. And then we came in and we did the draft. We did one show at the draft, and then we decided to come back, and we came back. We did one show in the summer just so I could start getting my podcast legs under me. And I think it really took until the playoffs for me to really get my voice back. I think, like, to get you
had a good show a couple weeks ago where I was like, oh, he sounds like Ray. Like, the show was moving. Like,
well, today was Ray too. Today was angry Ray. Today was just I'm starting
mad
to
at it. Listen, Julio Jones needs to be signed for 2 second-round picks or 2 first-round picks. Get him out of retirement.
Francisco was not mad at me. Ray, it seems like you're on here when the Pats are winning. Are you kidding me? I got my most popular I got was in 2020, 2022, 2023. I wasn't here for the 2024 season. I was back for 2025.
Yeah.
So you're wrong, dude. I was calling games for Sportscaster when Cam Newton was the quarterback of this team.
This has nothing to do with this is a happy accident that the Patriots were this good. And again, glimpse behind the curtain a little bit. Like, we were invested into this regardless of what happened throughout this season. Like, we made that commitment at the beginning of the season. So this isn't like, oh, the Patriots are good, that's why we're still doing this right now.
G107 says, peace and love, fellas. Hey, Ray, I'm a little late to the party. do you think we'll see lots of running plays because of Drake's shoulder? So I've been reading about his shoulder. I've also been reading that it's not as bad as.
No, I think it's overblown. And I think the Patriots are playing it up a little bit so that the Seahawks, kind of get in their own heads a little bit that, like maybe something is wrong. Like, I don't know.
Damn.
Guys, I said it before. Like, they're going to shoot these guys up with whatever they can. It's the Super Bowl. You're going to go get it scoped in a week or 2 weeks or have surgery in a week or 2 weeks. Like if they're playing through something, they're going to take something the night before to make sure that it's not bugging them for the game. Would you agree? I mean, you're the one who's played, not me.
I didn't play at this level.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
I broke my finger and missed a playoff game. So
okay, you are terrible. Oh, my finger hurts. I'm not playing.
No, do you know what the problem was? I was a multi-sport athlete, as you know.
You were.
And that season when I broke my finger, I also tore my groin earlier in that year. I'm also a goalie in hockey. And so I missed like 4 weeks of football and 4 weeks of hockey. And I was playing at a level of hockey where I was on the ice 4 days a week as the starting goalie. So me not being there for 4 weeks causes a problem. Yeah. And then when I broke my finger, I could still kind of like, if I taped it up, I could play. Yeah. My old man is like, you're playing hockey, not fucking football. So, because I believe hockey was a lot more expensive. So it's really fun matchups. So I almost call them the Steelers. The Seahawks defense is 5th overall. The Patriots defense is 8th overall. Even though I do believe the Patriots defense actually has the edge over Seattle, because I think the Patriots had a stretch of injuries that made their defensive stats look a little worse than they were. Does that make sense to you, Mike? And I think they're better. You've got the 3rd best rushing defense in the NFL in the Seahawks. I think you're going to see the ball going in the air. I think it's going to be a balanced game. If I'm going to be real with you, I think it's going to be a balanced game. There's nothing better to me than Drake May and Hunter Henry being questionable for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't foresee the blowout. Like, I think this is like the NFL treating the Patriots like they're buying into the schedule thing, and like the Patriots should be like 14-point dogs. Nothing has shown you that this season. Like, even the schedule argument, like, oh, they lost to the Steelers. Yeah, they lost to the Steelers because they kind of puked all over themselves. And like, somebody could tell, like, oh yeah, well, what if Drake starts turning the ball over? Like, yeah, that can, I'm throwing that crap out because Sam Darnold could see ghosts and throw 4 picks, and the Patriots defense could make, run all over him. Like, I'm trying to throw out those ends of the spectrum right now, but nothing has told you like, oh, the Patriots are going to get blown out this season.
So I repeat what I said at the beginning of the show. This is going to come down to which quarterback plays the best under pressure, plays a clean game, a safe game.
Yep.
All right. We got 1 minute left. And Mike, I think it's only appropriate that we do this. Super Bowl prediction. Super Bowl 60. The next time we talk, we'll either be celebrating the Patriots becoming the only 7-time champions in the NFL.
That's crazy.
Or we'll be talking about us having to watch the Patriots lose a 6th Super Bowl.
That's also crazy. Buffalo would consider that second part a dynasty.
That's a dynasty. Yeah. Dynasty. Score predictions. I don't need a score. Who wins Super Bowl 60?
Seahawks. 21-24. So 20-24.
All day today. I wrote it down. I have it written down right here. Mm-hmm. Seahawks win. Like, I have it written down. Like I did this so I wouldn't come out here and get all homerism.
Yeah.
But I talked myself into it. I think, okay, there's got to be an if caveat to this.
Yep.
3 players will make the difference in this game. 3 players. Do you know who they are?
Christian Gonzalez,
That's number 1.
Christian Barmore,
Number 2.
Milton Williams.
Yes, you nailed it. If those guys are on their game, like if they come out and play their A game, the Patriots win the Super Bowl. Like 100%.
I agree. It's not to say like again the defense or the offense can't play absolute garbage, but if those guys like if Milton Williams decides to do what Aaron Donald did in that LA Rams Super Bowl against Cincinnati and just go, I am here to win this effing game. We are not going to let that other quarterback beat us.
If it's what Aaron Donald did to the Patriots in that Super Bowl that they lost.
Yeah.
They didn't stop, or Michael Bennett with the Seahawks. Like, we didn't stop either of those guys all night.
No,
I think that, to me, this game comes down to those 3 guys. If the Patriots offense bring their B game and the rest of the defense brings their B to B plus game, and those 3 guys bring their A game, I see no reason the Patriots can't win the Super Bowl.
I'll say I think one other person has to bring their A game, and it's not who you think most people would think. I'm going to say the quarterback. Ramondre Stevenson needs to bring his A game because even in Denver, when he didn't look like he was doing that much, his ability to get a yard or 2 after contact when he was contacted behind the line of scrimmage made a huge difference. And if they have the ability to run that football even a little bit, that takes a ton of pressure off the offensive line, and it takes a ton of pressure off Drake May.
What did I tell you week 16? This team will go as far as the defense and Ramondre Stevenson carries them.
Yeah.
And that's no ifs, ands, or buts because of that. I totally agree with you. It's too bad they couldn't get a cushion last week, even make that a 2-score game, and could have rested him a little bit and given Henderson some carries at the end. But he's got 2 weeks to recover.
He's not playing well either. Henderson. It's
It's not been. It reminds me of the beginning of the season all over again. Hey, listen, I'm a Henderson guy. You know that. That's my boy. The Ohio State University. All right, listen, guys. This is it. It's our last show before the Super Bowl. It's our last like game show.
Are we still gonna try to do the Friday or nah? We throwing that out?
Yeah, I can't do the Friday. I wanted to do the Friday, but I can't do it this week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I've got some work stuff I got to take care of. This is it's been because this is kind of like the finale, even though we're never going away and we'll be back next week and the week after and the week after that. But it's kind of like the finale of the season, right? We always tee up to the game or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know the finale will be next week, but if they lose, we'll be in a mood, and if they win, we'll be in a mood. I think regardless, Mike, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'd love if we could jump on after the game regardless, maybe half an hour after.
But I'll be awake regardless. Like everybody's gonna be
maybe we don't do an hour. Like maybe we just do like whatever.
I mean, if they win, I'll do an hour. If they lose, I'll do 5 minutes because I'll be insufferable and mean and.
But what I'd like to do is thank everybody who found us again, came back this year. It's Dear Pats Nation took a little bit of a rocky road for 3 or 4 seasons. Obviously, leaving our YouTube channel and going to Crier and losing our YouTube channel over at Crier, and then leaving Crier and then going to Revolution Radio Canada. Which, believe it or not, that's not the want and the need for a New England Patriots show on a rock and roll station wasn't overly receptive. Been a lot of different things, and when Mike, Connor, and I talked about doing this again, we talked about doing it during the season once a week. That was it. Done after the Super Bowl. Actually, originally we talked about just being done when the Patriots are done. It happens to be the Super Bowl, but we said if they don't make the playoffs, we're done after that. It's only the Patriots season. And then Mike and I said, regardless of what happens, we'll go to the Super Bowl. And now we're talking about coming back every week, regardless, because we're having fun doing it. And just like I've said at the episode 1 of the new rebranded episode, and that when this stops being fun, I will not do it anymore. As long as it's fun, I'll keep on going. Dear Pats Nation became a job from 2019. From the moment I signed my sportscaster contract until 2023. When I quit, I was just done. But when that time period, it became a job, and I had a lot of responsibility with those networks and the director of sports here and there and blah, blah, blah. I want to thank you guys for making it fun again. Everybody's been jumping in the comments, even when you're talking smack. It's fun to get mad at Mike. It's fun to be happy with Mike. It's fun to troll Bills fans. And I've had a lot of fun this season, and it's why it's expanding. But we're being cautious about it. I said to Mike, I don't want it to be too fun, and then we start expanding more and more, and then I'm burnt out and don't want to do it anymore. I put in a lot of hours in my real job, as Mike knows, and because I'm going to leave here and go straight to work. So it's unfortunate, but I want to thank you, Mike. I want to thank you for making this such a fun season. For talking me I'm going to be honest. I quit in 2023 and said I'm done and I'm finished. And Mike was kind of done. And 3 months after I quit, Mike just would drop hints at me all the time. Well, maybe we could get on a podcast and talk about this, and maybe we could do this, or maybe we could do that, or maybe we could do this. And he stayed on me and stayed on me and stayed on me. And then I finally said, and then I didn't listen to him though. Then Connor called me and I was like, okay, Connor. I'm like, if you want to do it, yeah. And I guess we could drag Mike along with us. But I just want to thank you guys. It was a really, really fun season. If you go back and watch our preseason episode, which is episode number 1 of this season, I picked the Patriots to win 8 games this year. Said that 2026 was really the year I was expecting something from New England. And I just want to say that I am so ecstatic and happy to be sitting here on Super Bowl week and saying Patriots Super Bowl week has started. Not Chiefs Super Bowl week has started. Not Bills Mafia Super Bowl week has started. The New England Patriots Super Bowl week has started. And I cannot be happier to share this moment and be back talking to you guys. And I mean, I know people are finding me now because there's more YouTube content coming up for the Patriots, and we see our followers and old people are following us. We've been here all season. We've been here since the draft, since when people thought we were still going to suck. So we didn't start the podcast in the playoffs. But no, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute ride this year. And I'm looking forward to doing the off season with you guys. The shows won't be as consistent. For instance, I think 2 weeks after I'm away in Dominican and whatnot. But look, Mike and I, we just renewed our streaming software yesterday. We both, so we're
gonna be here. Yeah, we're gonna be here.
I bought a $400 mic.
I'll get something eventually.
Mike asked me what I bought. I sent him my mic that I bought. He saw the price and said, "No, I'm okay." My
headset. Can I be honest with you? This is where my superstitious homerism comes in. I'm like, I haven't changed it now, and they're winning. Let's see what happens after the season.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, because if you would have changed it, if you know what, if the Patriots lose on Sunday and Mike didn't wear his lucky blue underwear and his white socks, we know that's why he lost.
Listen, so that's how it works. That's how it works.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah.
So back in 2018. Yeah, 2018. I was just starting to get momentum, was going into the Super Bowl, 2018, January 2018, 2017 season, right? Going in against Philly. Mm-hmm. So I was just starting to build. I think I got 300-400 subscribers at that time. I was just starting to build some momentum. And I was on a live And I was like, yeah, the Patriots are going to win and blah, 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 blah. And people are like, you're going to jinx it. You're going to jinx it, Ray. And then they lost. And I literally was getting like messages like how I jinxed the game and I jinxed the Patriots. And I was like, it's funny because like I was just imagining the Bill Belichick interview. Like, Bill, what happened? Well, we coached well, we played well, and we really I thought we were gonna win the game, but Ray in Toronto said we were going to win, and we just knew the game was over then. So it's. I want you to know that everybody, millions of people in the world, millions and millions and millions of New England Patriot fans, all have a superstition that they think has something to do with this game on Sunday, that has absolutely zero impact. But if they lose, it's Mike's fault.
Exactly. So, well, no, I didn't change my mic, so.
But did you wear your lucky blue underwear, Mike? Because that's the important thing.
I'll show you. I'll show you if they win or not.
And all right, guys. Mike, you wanna say anything?
Yeah, I just want to echo the same thing. Like, listen, seeing the comments the last couple weeks here as we get going has been great. The first couple weeks there was rough, and just going into the off season, like Ray said, we're not going to be super consistent. We're like. We try to stay away from like super deep draft type of comments, or content, but like there's going to be plenty to talk about this off season that I'm sure everybody's going to be interested in. Who do they acquire to help Drake May? How much money do they spend, or who do they let go, to kind of keep this thing rolling or change it up? There's going to be a lot of interesting things to talk about with this team. So if you're kind of thinking, it's going to be a boring offseason because we're not super high in the draft, I think the exact opposite. I think there's going to be way more to talk about than just like, what do they do with their top 5 pick? Like that to me is boring. All this other stuff is going to be great for people listening. So
it's going to be boring as hell for me. I'm just going to be honest with you guys, but Mike gets right into that shit. So he's going to be... Yeah.
I love it.
He's going to be bringing the content, and I'm just going to be here being like, Drake May sucks.
We don't need Julio Jones.
Was I wrong? Was I wrong? What did he do? What did he do?
Listen, he did go on the washed wide receiver tour. It's fine. He went to the Titans. And
what did he do? And Mike was so mad when he went to
Listen, Trevor Lawrence has turned out to be a pretty good quarterback. Just saying.
I didn't have a beef with Trevor Lawrence.
You did. That's the most you've ever been mad at me. As I said, Trevor Lawrence was a good quarterback, and you got real mad at me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Had he played a game yet?
Yeah.
I still don't think he's a good quarterback.
But they got Jacoby Myers. Myers made
Did you watch that Jacksonville game? Did you ever watch Jacksonville and think that's the guy? That's the reason we are where we are?
No, Jacoby Myers has made that whole team work.
Shout out
Bill Belichick.
The two most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL are Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow. I'm being 100% honest with everybody.
I love Joe Burrow. He is overrated, though.
I know, but he's still he's a baller guy. Like his public persona, he's like baller. You know what I hate? Can I just go on like a rant for 1 second here and then we'll get out of here?
Sure.
I hate when people are like, oh, you just gotta love Josh. Like he's the most I'm saying Josh, we're making fun of Bills fans, but it's every fan base. Yeah. You just gotta love Josh. Like he's like the most genuine person in the world. Like he's just such a good guy. You guys don't know anything about him. Like, honest to God, you think that little public persona in the media training that dude got, that first of all, he's a Patriots fan. There's lots of it. He faked an injury and faked a surgery. Like, he comes like, okay, man, if I didn't turn the ball over 5 times against Denver and I didn't have like this surgery, like I'd be playing in the Super Bowl this week. I'm telling you right
shaking the beehive right now. Just shaking it. But conversely, and we talked about this when it came to the Diggs and the Barmore thing, when it's your team and they're not nice, everybody's like, well, they've just gotten a bad break and they're not actually bad people and blah, blah, blah.
I'm pretty sure I addressed the Barmore thing and I was like, this is why I never count human being, or like I never pretend that I know the human being of a football player. They're entertainers only. Right. And people like I've had like people like, how can you even support the team that is Christian Barmore and Stephon Diggs? And I'm like, I don't know. How can I watch Goodwill Hunting? Like, no, like I'm being honest. You know what I mean? Like I just watched that movie the other day. Like I have to separate myself from it. Otherwise, don't watch a movie, don't listen to music, and don't watch sports because most professional athletes are douchebag dicks who have an ego and are narcissists beyond the world. Trust me, I know a lot of them. Like I know a lot. Dude, I have talked to so many athletes doing this and writing, the magazine I write, like I'm the senior editor. Publish is the word. The magazine I publish and all that. Like I've talked to a lot of like musicians and athletes, and I get to talk to like quote unquote famous people. John Gibbons is like the only like really genuine dude that I was like, this guy was who he was. And if he doesn't know who John Gibbons is, a former manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, go look at my article I wrote with him, but then just go like watch any interview that guy's ever had. Like he's too consistent for it to be fake. You know what I mean? Like, and there's no stories of him being it. But if it came out that he was like some total dick, it wouldn't surprise me either because fame. Don't get wrapped up. Trust me, I meet a lot of famous people because of my work and what I do. It's not that great. It's like I meet a lot of politicians, and people are like, "Oh my god!" Like I'm like, dude, like they're literally human beings.
Yeah,
they're literally human beings.
The saying "Don't meet your heroes" is pretty true. True. Okay,
quick story. Then I gotta go. I actually have work I gotta do.
This is like the third quick story.
2016.
Yeah.
I'm writing for this blog. Was it Tecmo? No, it wasn't Tecmo Hole. I was writing for this company, right? I was writing for this online magazine. And I go and I cover the Fergie Jenkins Foundation, who's like, they're all like Hall of Famers and stuff, right? Yep. And I meet Andre Dawson, former Montreal Expo Hall of Famer. And I am jacked to meet him. Like it's Andre Dawson. Biggest dick I ever met in my life. Okay. And I'm thinking nobody can let me down more than Andre Dawson. Then I met Joe Bunning, who's another Hall of Famer for the Phillies. He unfortunately passed away a few years ago. And I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but I go to interview him. And I got the story wrong. I go to meet I go to interview Luis Castillo, right? And another Hall of Famer. And he's an older gentleman, sweet as can be, really nice to me. Joe Bunning interrupts my interview and says, "Do you even know who he is?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's Luis Castillo." He goes, "So you know who he is?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "How?" He's like, "You're way too young to have watched him play." I'm like, "I didn't watch him play, but like I know who he is." Like I'm too young to watch all of you play. I think at that time I was like 20, 27, 28 years old. I'm like,
yeah.
I was like 28. He's like, "What?" And I was like, so like I finished up my interview with him, and then like literally the next guy on my docket to meet with is Joe Bunning. And I was like, "No." And I just skipped it. And I literally just didn't do it. Went in, handed in my article. They're like, "Oh, you're supposed to meet with Joe Bunning." Like I was like, "Nope." I was like, the guy was such a dick. Such a dick.
That's kind of like along the lines of, how people, everyone, like for what we do, but on a different level, but still like maybe radio type of folk, they'll be like, "You didn't play," and that's always like the ultimate comeback. And I'll be like, yeah, there are a lot of people that didn't play football that comment on it and are correct. Like,
I just actually wanted to throw out one little plug. Sure. This Wednesday, this is how you know Dear Pats Nation is back, buddy.
We're back.
I will be on the 3 Heavy Hitters live at 9:05 p.m. for about 20 minutes. You can find them on YouTube. It's 3 Heavy Hitters live. It's the Dawn, the Jutalk Sports, Mad Mike Sports, and Just 6MK. You can find them over on X. I'll be in there. talk. I guess we're setting up the Super Bowl, and I'll be talking about the New England Patriots this Wednesday, 9:05 p.m.
Nice.
on the Three Heavy Hitters YouTube channel. So yeah, they approached me today. So we're back, Mike. People want my attention.
Wow. Be careful. Be careful what you wish for.
Anywho, I'll be on there. All right, Mike. Mike, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Oh no.
Say
They're
it,
gonna
Mike.
be legit, kid.
Just say it, Mike. Mike, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
The Seahawks.
You dick. Ask me.
No.
Ask
Patriots.
me. Ask me, you dick.
Ray, who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
The Patriots, kid.
Dear Pats Nation, it's just about time. Yeah, we're back. You know it's Dear Pats Nation. Nation. Yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation. Nation. Come on. Yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation.